My best friend Liu Ruyan and I went to find zombies to have their babies. She wanted the handsome and strong Water Ghoul King all to herself, so she pushed me towards the ugly and vicious Netherfire Ghoul King instead. Turns out the Water Ghoul King was useless. He got devoured by the other Ghoul Kings pretty quickly. Liu Ruyan ended up a lowly servant, sold to a different ghoul pack and suffering terribly. But me? After the Netherfire Ghoul King took me back, in less than a month I gave birth to a little ghoul prince. The Netherfire Ghoul King was so thrilled. He conquered the entire city for me. I became the most respected ghoul queen without lifting a finger. But when Liu Ruyan found out, she went completely insane with jealousy. She pushed me off a tall building, and we both died. When I opened my eyes, the roars of countless zombies filled my ears. I had been sent back to the day the Ghoul Kings chose their brides. But before I could even process it, Liu Ruyan was already on her knees, shouting at the tall, flame-covered Ghoul King. "Netherfire Ghoul King, choose me! I have the perfect body for bearing children. I can give you the strongest little Ghoul King." I was speechless. In her past life, she was disgusted by the 3-meter-tall Netherfire Ghoul King. Now she was practically throwing herself at him. Wasn't she afraid of being crushed? Seeing her sly look, I instantly knew she had also been reborn. She thought that by grabbing the Netherfire Ghoul King this time, she could become the queen like I did. But she had no idea how hard it was to be his woman. Finally, some fool was taking my place. The Netherfire Ghoul King seemed to like aggressive women. He picked Liu Ruyan up with one hand and put her on his shoulder. "You it is then." Liu Ruyan did have a great figure and face, but who knew if her body could handle it? Right now, her eyes were full of pride. "This time, I'm the one who gets the good life. Don't even think about taking it from me." I just laughed. I really didn't want to compete with her. She only saw the glamorous life I had as queen. She didn't know how much I'd suffered behind the scenes. If she wanted to jump into this fire, she could have this good life. We used to be best friends. After the apocalypse started, she was useless and only survived because of me. I just never called her out on her little schemes. Secretly skimping on my food rations was one thing, but she'd also push me in front of zombies. She'd even lie, saying I knew karate and could fight. If it weren't for her being the only family I had left, I wouldn't have put up with her. She enjoyed my protection. Benefiting from it? While scheming against me, now she was signaling to the Water Ghoul King. "Ghoul King, I have another sister, Yun Yao. She's got wide hips, good for childbirth. You should pick her." Her eyes were eager, desperate for me to suffer everything she had. I just rolled my eyes. Before the Water Ghoul King could speak, I pointed at his second-in-command standing behind him. "Can I go with the second-in-command? Why him and not me? I'm way more impressive than he is, because his size is a better match for mine. I'm afraid of pain, someone too big. I wouldn't be able to handle it." Hearing this, the Water Ghoul King burst out laughing. "Ha ha ha! Too big, can't handle it, huh? Then you go with number 2. Yeah, size mismatch is tough. Would be pure misery." Number 2 was a newly recruited wandering powerhouse. He'd done great in this recent ghoul battle. His body hadn't grown huge after turning. He wasn't even 2 meters tall. He still looked almost human, aside from the purple gold markings on his face, so not too scary. After turning, the more human-like the face, the more humanity they retained, and the higher their intelligence. I'd studied the strong ghouls in these packs before. His abilities were no less than the other Ghoul Kings. If he hadn't been schemed against and killed, he could have ruled this area someday. I was tired of just surviving. Male ghouls couldn't be relied on. This time, I was making a new path for myself. The ghouls who still had some humanity. Hearing this, all laughed. Number 2 looked pretty annoyed. No guy would think it's a good thing to be chosen for being smaller. He was rough with me, throwing me over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. His sharp claws cut the skin on my thigh, smelling the blood. He even took a sick lick. The touch was ice cold. I forced myself to stay calm, ignoring the disgust. I'd endured worse in my past life. This was nothing. Liu Ruyan looked at me with pure contempt and amusement. In her eyes, choosing number 2 was even worse than the Water Ghoul King. Too bad I wasn't as stupid as her. With her tiny brain, all she could think of was latching onto someone. She couldn't imagine any other way. This city originally had 4 Ghoul Kings. After today, only 3 were left. Now 3 Ghoul Kings controlled the city, splitting it into 3 parts. The remaining survivors were also split 3 ways. Men and women separated. Men became blood bags and food. Women became playthings and tools for breeding. After turning into ghouls, their fertility dropped dramatically. So surviving human women were in high demand. It had been over a year since the apocalypse started. Very few women were left alive. Number 2 was still annoyed about my size comment. He was clearly unhappy with me. I wondered how he'd take it out on me. Their base was an abandoned 5-star hotel. I was tossed onto a soft big bed. The male ghoul with purple markings on his face glared down at me. "Size match, huh? Let's test that out right now and see." Even though he was matching, he was only a bit shorter than the huge ones. He still had all the muscle he should. At nearly 2 meters tall, and me at 161 meters, we really weren't a match. Who knew? Even as a ghoul, he'd have such a fragile ego. Internally, I was rolling my eyes trying to appease him. That's not what I meant. I'm just more sensitive to pain. I really wasn't calling you small. Hearing that again, number 2 was furious. He looked like he wanted to devour me, and he actually did bite down on my shoulder. For a second, I was terrified. I thought I was just here to breed. I was sure he wouldn't really bite. But he actually did. Just as I thought I'd turn into a mindless ghoul, he let go. There was only a faint teeth mark on my shoulder. No broken skin. "Yun Yao, it's the apocalypse. And you still have such a sharp tongue." Wait, what? I don't think I ever told him my name. Looking into those cool, detached eyes, and seeing that handsome, serious face, it clicked. The next second, I jumped up and gave him a huge hug, tears of joy streaming down my face. "Senior 10! I never thought I'd run into someone I know here. I'm so glad to see you again. You'll protect me, right?" But then I heard his mocking laugh in my ear. "Yun Yao, that's not what you used to say." Okay, yeah, that stung a little. Before he turned, he was a finance senior named Shi Hao. He was also the city's martial arts champion. I used to brag to people, saying a skinny guy like him, I could take him down with one punch. I'd say he looked like he wouldn't be any good, that I wouldn't want him even if he was given to me. Honestly, I was just bitter because he'd rejected my confession and humiliated me. Right now, I was totally mortified by my past behavior. I thought I'd planned everything perfectly, and ended up picking an enemy. When we were human, we couldn't stand each other. Now he's a ghoul and I'm at his mercy. Did I have any hope of a good life? But hey, I never got with him before. Now, it wouldn't be so bad, right? Turns out he really hated me. He smirked at me, then dumped me on the floor. I need a maid. Hope you know how to act like one. Otherwise, you can be a blood bag. Not physically harmful, but hugely insulting. Good thing I had no pride left. A maid? Fine. But before the apocalypse, there were rumors he liked Liu Ruyan. Later, after the Water Ghoul King died, he could have escaped. But he got hurt trying to save Liu Ruyan, and ended up getting himself caught. I never understood it before, but now that I know number 2 is Senior 10, it kinda made sense. Back then, Liu Ruyan was with the Water Ghoul King, so he had no chance. Now she's with the Netherfire Ghoul King, even less chance. I thought he had terrible taste, liking a schemer like Liu Ruyan. But that being the case, it gave me another reason to try and team up with him. But Senior 10 was really mean to me, almost to the point of disgust. He treated me like a dog, so for now I didn't dare try to get close. After Liu Ruyan and I were chosen, there was one woman left. The Water Ghoul King traded other spoils for her. Her name was Dong Min. She studied karate with me in college. We were even roommates. In my past life, if she hadn't been in our survivor group, I would have been killed by that deadweight Liu Ruyan long ago. That was another reason I chose number 2. Now, with the Water Ghoul King status, and me with number 2, he'd definitely ask for another woman. That way, both Dong Min and I could be in this ghoul pack, having a reliable ally. Last time, she was sent to the 3rd ghoul pack. She was tortured to death not long after. Her body was even eaten. Whether for partnership or friendship, I wanted to save her. As for Liu Ruyan, let her be smug for now. She'd find out how hard life is soon enough. That Netherfire Ghoul King was even taller than the Water Ghoul King. Pure muscle. He had the 8-pack abs, the V-cut, perfect body. His face wasn't ugly either. But that size difference alone could kill a human. Plus, the Netherfire Ghoul King only kept a little humanity and was vicious. He wouldn't be kind to her. As for why we were avoiding the 3rd Ghoul King, he had the ability to spit paralyzing venom. He only fought by ambush, cruel and underhanded. Not much real skill, but mainly his looks were indescribable. Covered in green from the poison that killed him, like moldy seaweed. Triangular head, tiny green eyes, pure animalistic. Deng Min didn't last long with him last time. When Liu Ruyan later ended up with him, she suffered terribly too. The Venom King said nothing when we left, just watched with a sinister smile. He didn't care about how the 3 women were split up, because he was already planning to take over the other ghoul packs, and in the past life he did it. When the Netherfire Ghoul King expanded his territory, he'd ambush the Water Ghoul King's pack. But with me here this time, his plan was doomed. The Water Ghoul King wasn't too bad. He was simple-minded. He wanted offspring. He wasn't too cruel to Liu Ruyan back then. So as long as Dong Min didn't resist or anger him, she'd be safe for now. After over a year in the apocalypse, our pride was long gone. Survival was all that mattered. Deng Min was okay for now. She had her period, so she was safe. The Water Ghoul King was surprisingly decent, keeping some gentlemanly behavior even as a ghoul. He didn't force her. I told Dong Min that number 2 was Senior 10. She didn't know what to say. She knew all about the history between me and him. I spent days bad-mouthing him in our dorm. Used to be a senior, but now even a brother wouldn't matter. In the apocalypse, humanity is gone. Then I told her about the Venom King's upcoming ambush. Of course, I framed it as a guess. I've got a bad feeling about the Venom King lately. He might try a sneak attack. When that happens, we can run. Just the 2 of us? Can we make it? Maybe you should talk to Senior 10. See if he'll help us. So that night, I went to the hotel to find Senior 10. But before I could even speak, he was in front of me in a flash.